Alright, this is Scott Carpenter. This is January 12th, and it's unbelievably 72 degrees. But what I wanted to show you is I had a visitor last night on the side of the deck. Here's the dog food tub, which is where they're coming. It's what they're coming for, right there. And earlier I did a video where the big guys are coming to the edge of the tank and standing right there, reaching through and pulling this over where they can open it up. You gotta click it, and they pulled it over that far from my right foot to there, which is a couple of feet. And I've actually marked it. You can see where I marked it there, and they push it back a little bit, pull it forward, push it back, pull it forward, as they don't always get it in the right spot when they push it back. But in that area right there, I don't know if you can see, but that used to be broken up ground, and the more they come in here night after night, the more that gets compacted. But there's a big toe print and a index toe print right inside the fence, and then over here on the other side of the fence is where they have planted their foot and swung their leg over, and it's disturbed the ground. So I'm going to show you those two things. Here we go. Here's the side of the deck where they stand here. I don't know if you can see this part of the deck here stays dry. It's underneath the house and the overhang. So, and as they continue to step in here, they continue to practice down. But the print I want to show you is right there is a toe print that looks like the big toe and the index toe beside it. Let me get down here so we can see how big this is. The big toe is 2 inches across, and then the index toe is approximately an inch, and looks like that's the edge of it, so what, 1.25 inches? But that's the big toe right there, and you can see where the wet earth pushed up between it, see? And there's the index toe, and of course the rest of the foot was over in here. It didn't leave a print. Compare that toe to my thumb, and I'll go ahead and give us a good idea right there what we're talking about. Of course, in relationship to the deck, it's right there. So he was standing right here with one foot. Had to be his right foot for a little while anyway. Probably moving on over here where he's through. Now I found a hair right there. I'll have to tweeze it out. I don't think it has didn't look like it had a root to it or anything. And then right here is another small hair that was captured on the. So there, every now and then you get a hair or two. I'm not going to put tape, because if you put tape, they see the tape and they don't come back around. So I just wasted my time by putting tape. So let me go over here. This is where they stepped over. I don't know if you can see the disturbed grass. But right here, see how the grass has been pushed down? And actually, I should be this way. Here's a toe. Here's a toe right through here. That right there is consistent with the other toe. If that's his big toe, that's 2 inches across. See that? mash down. Right in there. And that's consistent with the other footprint at 2 inches. There's this other toe. Toe. In a relationship, there's my shoe, there's the fence. And right over here is another interesting deal. I don't know if you can see this right here, but something has slid this way and pushed the earth up, see? And so my guess is this is probably where he pushed his foot off, but I don't know if you can see that. But right here is the toe pushed into the earth, and then push that up, and that is again consistent. It's 2 inches. And if you follow the foot all the way across, there's the big toe, disturbed ground right there, there. So let's see if you can see that there. So appears to me that we have a big toe and then the other toes here. There's that, see where the whole foot. And if I'm measuring the spray of this foot, if this is the big toe and that's approximately the little toe, of course I think this is a spray, we're talking 11 inches. Now here's the very, very interesting thing. I took a cast from a footprint from 2 years ago that I found in my backyard right here before I got the grass to grow. And it was just the front of the foot, very similar to this in size and scope, and the spray was about 11 inches. So I think I'll go get the cast and do a quick comparison, because it will compare. I think it's the same one 2 years ago to this one, or one similar in size and as far as its foot, because this is approximately 11 inches from little to big. So I'll be right back with the plaster cast and we'll see if we match up. Okay, I have 2 plaster casts that I took, but this plaster cast was taken summer of 2011. This was taken November 2012. No, I'm sorry, summer 2011, November 2011. This was taken on the other side of the house, where it stepped across the fence where it dug its feet in. And of course here's the big toe, and it's hard to see the other 2 toes. And this cast here, you can really see the big toe good here. And what I find interesting is that it's very consistent with that toe print right there. See, that's actually where he had pushed the dirt up, and so that's his toe right there. And there's the second toe. It was in this print was taken out of dust, and I had sprayed it as best I could with hairspray, and this was taken out of dirt. You can see it just a tad bit better. that they're both, and that's just the ends of the toes. It looks to be pretty consistent with that guy right there. This is probably the better toe example there. I'll probably try to cast that if I can. Yeah, that's almost a perfect match. Look here. Big toe kind of protrudes right there. And you have the other toes down through there. All the way to the little toe down here. Little toe right there, which matches up this print pretty darn close. You can't do it that way. That's awful, awful close. I got a feeling that's the same individual. So he's got a foot that's 11 inches wide across the toe. As a comparison, there's my foot. My foot as a total is 4 inches wide. And this guy's foot, barefooted, is 11 inches wide. So we're probably talking a 22-inch track here. There's the toe. If you follow it back here, if you can see the depression in the ground. Right there's a heel. There's the heel. If you'll follow my finger, and there's your heel mark right there. The earth, that is, see that right there? See how the ground is pressed down and how the earth right there been pushed up. There, that's better. Get the dead grass out of the way. Alright, there's the outline. See this little stick right here? See how he broke that? See the stick, that end, and that's been broke where he put his foot down on the ground. Right there. And then the heel mark. So his heel 6 inches wide. Unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. It's a 22-inch footprint beside my house with a 6-inch wide heel and an 11-inch wide toe. Right there. To give you an idea how close it is to my house, there's that. There's the corner of the house. He's obviously walked along the edge of the house. So you have a footprint there where my foot is, the toe. It appears you have another depression right in there. Which is a short step, only about 4 feet. And the next noticeable thing is right here against the side of the house. You have, I don't know if you can see this or not. See that? Where all this has been shoved down deep. I mean, look at that divot right there. I don't know if you can see that or not. This has been crushed and broke. And then there's the edge of the foot maybe. Right there. Very deep cut depression right beside the house. The next possible, that's suspicious right here. See that? And you've got disturbed ground right there. Right there, like he's hugging the side of the house. You got a possibility right here in this moss. You've got a through here. You've got a marked edge where something's depressed the ground pretty good right there. Means he's coming this way, hugging the ground. And of course he'd be off to the front yard here. Probably stayed right around the corner of the house. Of course, there's where they did their thing 3 years ago. There's the old handprint. Left about 10 foot up. And up there, got the eggs out of that. There's shoulder print right there. See the hair in the siding where you lean the shoulder up against the. That's about 12. I'm 6 foot reaching up. That's probably about 10 to 12 right there. They going around. Came right down through there. Obviously, hugging the side of the house. I have a motion sensor light, but the motion sensor, right there's the motion sensor light, but the motion sensor is pointed towards the gate. So if you walk along the edge of the house, the motion sensor will never pick you up. In fact, you can walk right up under it and it will never go off. So it appears to be what they're doing. So they're walking along the edge of the house, and that gets them up under the motion sensor, and then over around the corner, and there's the dog food. There's my neighbor's dog, and this is the area. It's a neighborhood. Call me a loon, but it's kind of hard to fake 22-inch footprints. That's what it appears he's done. Alright, this is Scott Carpenter. I'd earlier documented huge toe prints beside my deck, and also other footprints that went alongside the house, so I didn't have any plaster of Paris left, so I had to run to finish up my documentation of me taking the toe prints and with plaster of Paris, and show you what all that's about. So we go around here. There's my plaster. Here's the toe prints. You see them right there. It's the big toe and the index toe. Take a comparison of my foot to the toe prints. Just for comparison. There's a ruler. The big toe is 2 inches wide. Basically the big toe and the index toe are almost completely as wide as my foot. My foot is about 4 inches wide. The two toe prints together, this one and this one, are almost 4 inches wide as well. I'm getting ready to take a cast of these footprints. There's a toe print. Again, you got a toe about 2.5 inches wide, and then the other one's about 1 inch. You got the big toe. And the index toe. There we go. Now we just let her sit up for a few hours. There's the cast. That kind of gives you how close it is to the deck. Okay, this is Scott Carpenter again. I've let the plaster of Paris harden, and we're going to go look and see what our casts look like. There's her cast, and I casted the toe just for kicks and giggles. That should be set up enough to remove it. Alright, let's see what we got. There's the cast. I'll have to clean it up, of course, so I'll have to dry. And then we'll, of course, you can't tell anything right now. Well, actually you can. You can see the big toe. A little toe right there. See the dirt's in there, so when this dries real good and I get that dirt out of there, that'll be alright. Cool. Okay, I've cleaned up the cast a little bit, and you can, it's not, you know, perfect, but you can see the two toes. You can see here's the big toe, and there's the index toe. And you can see where the mud was pushed up between the toes, right through there. So you got big toe and index toe. There's something else kind of weird. I noticed in my front yard I have a large maple tree, and in relationship to where the Bigfoot went up the side of the house right there, I found some bark scarring and obviously fresh sign that something's climbed the tree. It starts right there. You can see that in the bark. And if you can see that right there. I'm 6 foot tall. This is over my head. So, you know, all that right there. A little bit disturbed bark right there. And there's some of the bark that was knocked off the tree. Right there. Okay. Some more bark right there. Here's the bark from here. that. And it appears, I don't know if you can see it or not. See bark there, and bark knocked off up there. So it looks like he cut up in the tree, and climbed the tree, and stood right up in there. I don't know if he went any farther up than that. There's some missing bark right there. See it? On this side of the tree. So something pretty good size is getting up in that tree. It looked like he went any farther up. He just went to that limb right there. That's how that tree is in relationship to my house. And there's the house. The tree. Boom.